Both these teams have a big point to prove. And I hope for the case of Molidoy, this is one where he feels like it's personal. You're dead on. 9 months ago at his debut tournament out in Kazakhstan, denied the right to play that final in front of his home crowd by this Spirit squad. Only new face is Tanir since then, as far as Molidoy is concerned, and I want him coming in feeling fired up. Magic's gonna be the first guy in the feed in this pistol round. Furia, they'll get the bomb down, and they're gonna be left scrapping for this control out towards the spawn.
Deep smoke, does Donk beat it?
Has to play ahead of it. Donk cancelled out. Fallen actually playing up close with them, up to some tricks around this smoke. So now the dust settles on that CT fight, and you're still not through. There's still more fighting left. Yakindar, K-Serato set up in this post plant. Smoke on the bomb, and Tanir starts to close in. Yakindar with a swing and a miss out from the ramp side, and K-Serato has been spammed down. Seconds left on this defuse, going to be a close one to start things up as Spirit playing it to the extremities, playing it to the margins. The limit of the clock, they get through with the pistol.
Shocking they do it, sure, 5v4, but they get locked out of spawn there. Very close, too close for comfort. Spirit pick it up. Pistol rounds have been the way to go for Spirit in this tournament, and the seconds have just been unstoppable. This is a team that, despite struggles in some pistols, have not lost to a force buy so far in Krakow. Surely they don't kick that off in a semi-final.
Gonna see if Furia can be the first team to do it, as they will come through with this force in the second. Donk is immediately up to his usual antics here, getting aggressive out towards mid. And you know he's going to be having a battle against Yakindar. You've seen how this guy is not afraid to go for the mid fights either.
Conditioning something. Fast up catwalk, making it look like B before Furia explode into that A side. They catch a player off guard. Ain't that a double? Fallen running in, causing problems for Spirit. Might be up for the task. Bomb control planted and rifles handed to Furia. Are they really better armed?
Oh, there's a pickup. Molotov's burned Shiro out. Death for Fallen out towards spawn. Round still alive here. Magic's dinked at the first turn round that corner. And Zontix can't do this.
There it is.
He's too low. Furia break through early. That's the first loss to the force fights for Spirit all tournament long. And it happens right away to start the semi-final.
Save is all he can muster. And that's not a sign Spirit want. In fact, we look at some of their best events, some of the trophies they lifted, Katowice 2024. Spirit, in those events, never lost against force buys. Had 100% conversion after pistols. So Furia already throwing something into the mix, making this start of Mirage a little more difficult than anticipated. A Furia map pick. Desk worried about whether it'd be too easy for this new Spirit. Apparently not.
Still a chance for this one to have a truly wild back and forth opening though. Seen some disgusting force buy rounds out of Spirit in the tournament. Some of their 5.7s hitting hard. Magic's always a threat with this gun, and Donk has opened in this round. Fallen's been his kryptonite up until now, killed him both times. Yeah. Good rounds 1 and 2, and so getting one back.
They're lying. I knew they were lying. K-Serato on the desk yesterday said, oh, we missed this window smoke by accident. We just happened to miss it round after round. They used it to find picks. They used it to catch players under, playing the bench, trying to one-way them. Furia, you're telling me they missed it again? I don't think so. Trying to use that mid-smoke to their advantage. Spirit get a bit of a gamble going. 5v4. They read this right. Oh.
Getting past Magic's. Huge step in the right direction, but Donk is still in the right place on this rifle. Gonna get overrun, gonna get overwhelmed. Furia break through the stack, no problems.
Well, JL said, to deal with Donk, you got to put multiple players against him. How about the whole team? Furia jumping out of apartments and converting with ease. Almost a shame to see you don't see Donk on an A4 very much, if at all. Dropped over. And only one Furia start their semi-final strong.
So these are the two teams who, you know, as has been highlighted, haven't got to play each other a lot. Been 9 months since they last went up against each other on LAN. So there's not that huge degree of familiarity. They've both been in their vacuums working.
Yeah, I think one of the difficulties for Furia is when they played them last at Astana as a new Furia, of course, but they still beat them in a map in that series. It was Train, of course, now removed. No longer an exploitable for many teams here at this tournament, Mao's included. And so Furia going for Mirage, but man, their Mirage has looked lights out. Game yesterday, just dragging Aurora into all the wrong places.
Even that's kind of an interesting talking point though, because right at the dawn of the tournament, Yakindo was saying in interviews how they don't feel comfortable on this map. They've been on a bit of a losing streak. They finally break through here in Krakow, and through getting so many reps in here on Mirage, it's gone back to being a bit of a favorite for Furia. Feeling like they've just got a lot of recent playing experience at this tournament. They found their comfort again on Mirage.
That's why the veto is so much fun. I mean, we have Mirage and Dust, and we have Donk in both those games. Like, it's going to be a wild match here for Furia. Win or loss, they're going to have to work for it today.
Looking at this B split, Spirit on the wrong end of the map. And so a third round is brewing here for Furia. Oh, catching Zontix through the smoke. Donk trying to spam, whittle down. Magix has played through, gonna catch one guy by surprise. Doesn't get out with the kill though. They all belong to Furia.
AK would be nice. Tanir has some Kevlar, maybe run away. Donk's begging for it right now. Give me that gun. And Furia know the value, by the way. They don't even rush top mid. They've gone straight for Palace and Ramp. They are focused on taking this weapon away.
Yeah, if there's one team out there you really want to remove this gun from, it's Team Spirit. Just deny Donk the ability to play with his weapon of choice.
Look, we've not seen a proper rifle-on-rifle round yet in this game, but this is all the makings of a strong start for Furia. They've done their job, and they've done it very well. Building money, back-to-back 4 alive rounds, removing the save. Team Spirit are coming in with a 4 by now. They've got the AWP, they've got rifles as well. Molodoi will meet them there in the middle with the spawn.
Taking that AWP out towards B. Maybe going to try his hand at a quick pick in through the apartments. Just a sit back round from Molodoi. His teamwork in the mid control. Furia going through their usual staging. And now Molodoi looks for this opener. Magix has just departed from the apartments, no longer trying his hand at the jump spot, so Molodoi might be waiting for quite some time.
This is a really default round for Furia. There's no call, it's just to let Molodoi work. Mid control patience pays off. Shiro gets pushed down low. So Furia don't need to call something out of the gates. The kills have come to them.
Still just in this early staging. But eventually now starting to decide where they want to end up. They're bringing the bomb back to link up with Yuri on this push out ramp side, and he falls on a very awkward timing. If you did want to change your mind, you're quickly running out of room to do so. Only 30 seconds left in the round, and Furia are very spread out. They're hoping that this fake over towards B can catch Spirit a little twitchy, a little nervous. Shiro nailing the shot. Well, it's not going to pull everyone away. Tanir still here and still standing, causing problems for Furia. Battling for every inch of ground. He's eventually run down. It's a low HP Fallen and Queserato left up in this one. Shiro arrives, but a second too late. And now Queserato's secondary AWP holding for the cross. Only gets this because he's low on health. Can Queserato deliver? Had a phenomenal tournament as this guy. Holding for that next swing. Tap first, trying to bait him wide. And then Magics can shut this all down. Defuse being held. Shot connects. They're off the bomb. Shiro had to hit that. No second chances on this fight. And even now, it's so close to call. Shiro leaves it to seconds and collects that clutch, stealing it away.
Oh, it's terrifying watching Shiro there stick the bomb, get off with 2 or 3 seconds remaining. I think he probably has it anyway, but high risk, high reward, picks the repeat from Keserato. It is pixel perfect. And Shiro gets it with just enough time. There was no kit in the round there for Team Spirit.
And I mean, you want to kind of talk about getting exactly what you're looking for. Shiro is supposed to be the clutch factor.
Oh,
you saw they were all stressed there.
I think you get stressed when you see him get off the bomb. You know he's got it. There's a player at ramp. You're on default. Shiro. Hey, he takes the orb with him at least. Good patience from Tanir. I think if you're game planning for this map, and if you're on Spirit, you're telling Tanir, you can't rotate. Same with Magic. You have to hold your sights. You have to stay in position. Furia's util is going to be fakey. It's going to keep you guessing. There's going to be double pumps. You're not going to know where the bomb is going. We see Soulfly make those mistakes yesterday, running out of Palace, flustered communication from his team, and getting faked on by Furia. Spirit know what they're up against. And so Tanir, holding valiantly in the last round, has to do so again. But might leave him out of play for this one. B-hit coming in.
Donk goes to challenge and is actually going to catch Yakinda on this mid-lurk. So there's no split to link up with the B-hit. Trying to chase down Magics, but now the rotates arrive, and so quickly this site feels stacked. Molidoy, they're already underneath him. He will flick on down and find Magic. Still need more from Molidoy. It's the student and the master side by side trying to claw this back. And that miss from Shiro. Does it cost you dearly? Fallen and Molidoy side by side for the 2v5. And that gets Fallen on his feet. That gets him pumped up.
He has been playing some of his best Counter-Strike in years here in Krakow. Trophy eluded him for so long, through so many rosters, through his peak. But Fallen puts on a show. And Molidoy does not miss when it matters. That is a backbreaker for Spirit. 3 strong in the B site with all the info, with the advantage, and it's a Furia round. Spirit shaken up early in this series.
I think you just also have this expectation of your Spirit, you know, those are the rounds that you're meant to be winning. Those crazy mad disadvantages, those insane clawbacks, that's where you're meant to be unlocking players like Donk and winning those impossible rounds. It's not meant to be going the other way. And Furia now have a 5th just rolled out right in front of them. You said that that one feels like a bit of a backbreaker, and you weren't kidding. Spirit have no money to go on. They've got a Deagle for Donk, a P250 on Tanir. That is it in this fight. That and the stack, that's all they've got to work with.
Oh, and Donk.
Not a bad way to start, even a dink down range. Donk goes fishing for a little bit more, and the rest of Furia spring into life. AK picked up for Zontix. Don't get ahead of yourselves here, boys. There's still more fight in this site. Molidoy's looking to get rid of it.
Space taken by Yakinda. Feels unlosable now. Molidoy to ensure. A bomb brought in here for Furia. Zontix can go hunting. He's left in the middle of nowhere.
What's he up to?
Saving that orb would be nice, but too far away for now.
Is it just feeling like an aggressive save for Zontix? Furia up in the lead and building upon it, looking to go from strength to strength, and you're getting a good start out of Molidoy.
It's a great sign. He was kind of a non-factor yesterday. He wasn't really holding back Furia in any meaningful way, but you know, coming in a bit slow, getting a lot of orbs, not getting a lot of connections. Not in this game.
When we talk about Molidoy, we say he's always been remarkably calm under pressure, and he only really has a couple of blotches on his record. It's both majors, which do stand out and do matter, and the other one would have been in that semi-final game versus Spirit, the last time they played on LAN. You remember, it was in Kazakhstan. It was Molidoy's first big LAN event, first time in the Furia jersey, getting to play in front of his home crowd, facing off against Spirit, and Spirit bested them. Molidoy looked distraught. He looked like he was on the verge of tears as they got bested in that semi-final. But this is him 9 months on now, 9 months of growth and a chance at revenge to try and deny Spirit the chance at another final in this tournament.
And 9 months feels like not a long time, but he has aged like the finest of wines here, leading Furia to multiple trophies, to stage runs, yes, the major blotches, but other than that, Furia have had an incredible 6 months, last 6 months of last year, looking to build on that now in 2026, when they were one of the few expected to threaten Vitality in that Budapest major, unable to do so. And yeah, you know, I'm never gonna worry about a rookie struggling to beat Donk in their debut. But you know Molidoy wants more. And now is your chance to take it.
Oh, that Molly forces Tania wide. Keserato was unable to punish. Eyes set on the A play. Shiro finally with a chance to perform on the AWP. He'll take the first, but there's that backstab in through dark, quelled by Donk. Vantage gets away from Furia. They'll wrestle it back. Keenly so as Yakindar acts as the tip of the spear. Flash out towards the spawn. Even a chance to go and punish Shiro. He doesn't pounce on the opportunity. Going a little later.
Let's see it.
Here's the scope. Now knows that AWP is close. What's the next move for Yakindar? What's it gonna be? Plays it forward! And sweetens the deal with a double!
They butchered their own nades. Spirit sell themselves. They throw a grenade, it bounces back in their face. Yakinda pounces. That's a Spirit mistake. Well capitalized, but one that will leave you in a devastating position. CT side Mirage, down 6-2.
And I think if you're able to get your Yakindar feeling confident, feeling comfortable, it's only going to make Furia that much scarier. You already know this guy's responsible for a lot of the comms, a lot of the thoughts behind this team, a lot of the ideas. But on top of that, he's just got huge boots to fill in this game. If you're looking at your mid player, if you're looking at your aggressive rifler going toe-to-toe with Donk, that guy's Yakindar, and so you want him feeling good.
Shiro, he had a really good start to the game with that 1v1 clutch coming early, but yeah, it was him who threw that nade, butchered him and Magix.
The crazier buys here for Spirit, a team that always try and get Donk a gun. He's armed with nothing but a deagle. You've got an AWP for Shiro, SMG on Magix, and rifle for Zontix to play with.
I don't think it's a Zeus simple situation where you're telling Donk he has to dig. I think Donk has said keep the rifle. For a guy who always gets what he wants, let's see what he can do with it. Shiro's AWP needs to be the figurehead here for Spirit into the stack.
What's Donk going to give us? Not often a guy you get to appreciate the deagle with, because he's so often given guns. Let's see how his deagle hits.
It's working.
Finally, a shot comes through. You find yourselves this 4-on-4, and there's Shiro striking next on the AWP. Furia now realize they've sprung a bit of a trap here, getting sandwiched, getting iced out, down in the connector, and there's nowhere left to run. Donk, and that D tear it away.
He doesn't need a rifle, Harry. Double deagle kill. Shiro supports with the AWP, and Spirit stack called out a spawn is the perfect remedy for a third round. A reminder that we are far from done here, Furia. A very strong start indeed, an undeniable T-side right now, but they go waltzing right into Spirit's hands. Recovery in Spirit's grasp.
An instant timeout from Furia on the back of that one. They know that out of all the rounds you could have given away, that was maybe the worst time to do it. Not just if you handed them a low econ round win, suddenly giving them a chance in the half all over again, but your own money is now at breaking point. That's the round that could give way to a split half, and with how strong this started, that is the last thing Furia want. Time to collect themselves as they work with a little bit less here. Serato, no gun to play with. They do have the AWP for Molidoy, and he's taking a triumphant charge out towards middle. Throwing up on the boost.
Spirit have been relatively tame in middle in this map. Donk's going to start to change that, pushed out under for an early peek. It's going to be allowed back to connect to that top mid smoke, providing some room here for Spirit. As the smokes fade, do Furia the same. Just Yakinda under. Donk's not done. Oh, there's 3 players here for Yakinda. What's he got?
Fires off, gets the reaction he's hoping for, but there's more where that came from out here in mid. Donk still hanging around, still trying to be active, and they're hoping to pincer him, but the timing's a little off, and this is the type of guy you can't afford to miss against. Donk hands him down for the hat trick. A missed timing, a missed shot, that's all Donk needs.
This is going to be a very fun head-to-head with Yakinda v Donk. We've seen Yakinda just run at him in so many of these rounds. Well, Donk puts on a show in trade of Tania. Triple kill in middle. Furia don't land a punch. And suddenly what felt like the chance for a dominant T side here on their map pick is looking like an even half. That one stack for Spirit, that one surprising buy of the AWP.
Oh, and walking through this smoke, not the answer you think it is. Magic's playing a deep line in the apartment's gonna get rid of one of these Deegs.
I see Molidoy there, you don't think he's alone, right? Gonna get run at, nades ready. Furia, maybe cancel. Let that util come down. Yakinda calling, he has space.
You would love to catch Donk. You would love to get a freebie on Donk of all players. Oh. You might not be given the choice. I think Tania just saw him. There's the spot. And the man that was behind enemy lines, he's been ruffled. The cover found out, and now you're rotating into a lost bomb site.
A couple of times Fury have been in this position. It wasn't what happened against Aurora, right? We saw just earlier in this game, Yuri get deep into A. Then he dies as the bomb is coming in. Same things happen for Yakinda. Fury have no ground right now, and Spirit have picked new positions. Tania watching on. You can get a bomb plant, Furia, if you're lucky, but Shiro's coming in spawn.
Donk even here to boot. There should be no getting through the apartments. That's a boatload of damage done as soon as you come round the corner. And just a slaughter in the palace. 3 in a row as Spirit look for one hell of a recovery. All started with that low econ round, and from there they've gone from strength to strength.
Furia's final swing for the king here. Serato scout. Oh, he's using it for lineup. Sell it back. And Furia. Oh my goodness, he just can't hit that mid smoke. I actually think he's telling the truth now. I've come around. At least that one. You're not lining up a miss with the scout. That was meant to be the smoke that's difficult to break with HE. Old habits die hard here for Furia. Out middle. And a bit of pressure in mid before they go back to a bomb site. This is looking like an early hit in the final round of the half. Magic's in position.
Pressure's going to be on for Spirit's new captain to deliver here. But no stranger to putting up numbers in these games is Magic's. He's got himself a rifle, playing it close. All of Fury about to come his way.
All of Spirit too.
Rotate's already on its way over, and Donk in position, nails that opening shot. Now leaves it down at the B hold.
I almost don't believe it, but Magic's deposited back into Car. That molly falls short. He just catches them falling in. Fallen needs another multi-kill on the rifle, and it's too much to ask as Donk comes in and bandages the round. Another 3-kill from Donk to seal the half. Furia starts
Here on Mirage. And a T-side now rolled out in front of them. A solid track record in these pistols and follow-up rounds. Furia, they've got to hold strong.
Yeah, Magic's now leading on this T side. Fallen did a great job all throughout yesterday and this first half. But it's time for the new captain of Spirit to put his pieces in place.
Have a B-pop on the cards and no one actually home here for Furia. The short play a little strung out as Shiro comes through and really plays to disrupt. You've lost your B-hold, you're a man down, moving into a lost bomb site. This is already a desperate grasp for Furia. Will it be worth it?
Got a smoke, got a kick, got a hope, got a dream, but Donk up close could just cut that all down in one swoop. Easy shot to Yakinda. Not hurrying to finish, but that smoke signals a save. Furia trying to escape. Donk does not allow it. That's another multi-kill for Donk to keep up occasion here for Team Spirit. What's that, 5 rounds in a row?
You're dead on.
It's the Donk show. And so Spirit sure lost their flawless conversion run in that first half, but they can make it a bit sweeter here on this T side. Shiro and Donk have been the standouts on pistols. Nothing new there for Spirit. Tanir keeping them occupied. We've seen an increase in Tanir's opening attempts here for Spirit this season. Would you believe it? Donk is also attempting even more opening kills than last year. As if that were possible.
Sounds insane.
But Spirit putting their best foot forward, trying to utilize their star. Tanir, to be fair, not to the same success. But this might just be a suicide mission for Tanir. Sell this B site, commit and die, and let your team take the round. Oh, something's
Realize
up.
they walked into someone in this smoke. Donk keeping that multi-kill stat looking real clean.
He's got to get the ecos just for the numbers at this point. 6 in a row. We'll keep track. A fight for survival here for the Kazakh Orb. Not much long to go. First gun round for Furia.
And you feel like you have no margin of error on this if you're Furia.
This game will disappear quickly.
It's got to be the perfect read, the perfect setup. Everyone's got to perform. Pressure on Molidoy as he dons the orb. Pressure on Fallen to come up with the right move. It's still a Spirit you're properly getting their grips with. Don't really know the temperament of this team yet. What their tendencies are. Magic's still so fresh to cooling. Oh. It's contact over here at ramp. Molidoy's supposed to keep this even. That's an awkward miss.
If he was a bit more patient, he might have had that kill. He tried to move in for it on an armorless orb. He is lucky to be alive right now, but is unable to take the trade. Yuri 3 and 12, poor game, but thins the herd.
When the whole map goes quiet, down to the mind of the captain to try and piece together what's going on. And Fallen, safe to say, he's got a lot of experience to draw upon. He's anticipating a B hit here. That's exactly where the bomb is headed. It's the right read for Furia. Their pieces in the right place, but now you've got to stop the unstoppable force. Donk through. K. Serato immediately shuts him down. 40 seconds left on this, and Spirit feels so committed. They might just have to try and brave this. Going back with the bomb is Magic's. Are there really other options open? Are they really going to make this room? With Shiro dead out in middle, that option is closed up.
Back to B.
Playing it forward is the only option. And with Yakindar here, second piece over towards B, there's no road left to run for Team Spirit.
Spirit just get thrown round the ring off of each rope. Head hits the floor. Save for Magic's on the MP7. And it's all because of that early rotate. We see 3B for Furia in the quiet, in the downtime, leaving Molodoi. And as Shiro tries to fake mid, they think that provides the room for Donk to get out apps. But there's a second short player covering Fallen's back. K-Serato dropping Donk ruins that round. And the multi-kills come to a close. It's all on the positions taken there by Furia. Putting that third player on B gives them so much more room. Even Shiro fails to allow their plan B. All comes unbuttoned here for Team Spirit.
I mean, it's nice to have rounds like that thrown in there for Furia. The idea that you don't win it necessarily with the brawn, without dueling them. You use your brain. In this semi-final, you've got the youngest v the oldest player still in the tournament, right? In Donk versus Fallen. And Fallen there able to just draw on his read of the game to stay one step ahead of Team Spirit.
And one round behind.
Lucky dangerously close to getting broken here for the Spirit squad. And so that would be Furia right back in to this map of Mirage. Spam even just doing a little bit of chip damage. You'll take anything you can on this guy out in middle. It's a slow burner of a round here from Spirit.
Molodoi's been tame. Waiting for the rounds to come to him. Maybe waiting one round longer. Spirit set up. Fallen has to keep him cordoned off. We've got Tanir out middle, kicking up a fuss. Keeping eyes primed to the wrong position. Good grenade into the apartments. Fallen doing damage. This could be a problem. Yakinda's pushed out of position. Fallen's got a lot on his plate.
In a way, that molly brings Yakindar back to help with this B hit, though, that's looming, that's so close to coming through. We're just seconds away from this smoke fading, and suddenly Fallen's got the whole round on his plate.
Massacre.
Support nearby from Yakindar. He's spamming to try and sell this position. Fallen's still cleared, not quite dealt with. Still got more mileage. Good for one more. Zontix gonna get that trade, but are they ready? As Furia have had a few more seconds to bring bodies around. They hear Yakindar burning. Zontix there to shut him down. The orbs played in, and Molodoi leaving it to chance. Not gonna happen. You end up in this 2v2. K-Serato and Yuri quick on the scene as they group together out on the catwalk, and it falls to K-Serato. It's Clutcher v Clutcher, and Shiro gonna take it all.
High impact round for Shiro here on this T side. 3 kill, clutch up, important trade on low health. We've seen him go missing in stage games, in the biggest arenas, when Spirit need him the most. Shows up late in the game with another high impact clutch here for Team Spirit. It is messy, but it is enough here to put Furia's money into a spot of danger. They've got to figure out this buy. Everyone talking on Spirit. And a Furia timeout.
This late in the game, no one wants to encounter those problems with the money. And both teams are on the verge of running into it. You know, even though Spirit get through that round, it comes down to a 1v1. You're both getting out broke here. And so this round hitting is a 2-for-1. This late in the game, it would really paint a pretty picture for whoever picks it up.
Something more out of the gate here for Spirit. Shiro trying to AWP pick in mid. His team setting up on this A site. Explosion on the ramp smoke. They're coming in.
Might be ready for one. But you should never be prepared for a second man floating around here. If Yuri can even sweeten the deal, just taking attention away from Keiserato, or Yakindar's enough rather. Shiro gonna deal with him on that backstab.
Slow it down.
And maybe a route to the 2-on-4 opens up. Molodoi hoping to play to contain.
It's a nice move, but it is going to put the round in jeopardy if he dies in this position. He'll get no info for it. Spirit can reset. He needs to take one with him. Getting plugged into the corner here, Molodoi. It's a very strong spot.
See them at least. Chance to battle, chance to scrap. Shiro with a miss makes up for it the second time around. He's got 40 seconds left to work with, and Shiro's got his running shoes on. Fallen trying to get ahead of this, but if you go down, if you fall here, you give Shiro the 1v1 to find this backbreaker of a round. Fallen backs his read, closing in, tap for Shiro, backstab there. Fallen reads him like a book. Again, outmaneuvering Team Spirit in these critical rounds.
Shiro knew he'd be here. Shiro knew that he didn't have the element of surprise. He just didn't know where Fallen was coming from. So a clutch eludes him late in this game, and Fallen continues to show his experience, doesn't panic. Slow and steady, shifts his way on good timing into the site. Even Molodoi here, not overplaying his hand.
That is such a lifeline this late in the game.
And you said it yourself, both teams on the precipice of no money. Here we are, Spirit have to allow this game to even up.
Yeah, Spirit talking about this next rifle round, trying to get everything in order ahead of this huge task that now stands in front of them. A more entrenched Furia that should be getting out of this round, making some money as well, just making themselves that much harder to dislodge in these final few rounds. I said earlier that this is a series that you hope that Molodoi is taking personally almost, right? Has a chance at revenge versus Spirit, because we talk about that loss out in Kazakhstan and when he fell in front of the home crowd. The thing I think that makes it stand out is if you remember when Spirit won that event, they didn't care.
Yeah.
You know, like that's an opportunity that Molodoi would have killed for, literally did in those quarters, in those group stages to get that far.
Yeah, Molodoi wants revenge and Spirit say, I don't even think about you, bro.
Yeah.
They have not run into this team with the exception of one online game this year, and we write it off. Furia don't. Here for revenge, here for finals, here for Spirit.
Big thing here is just keep this round clean. It's only Glocks. So have no one falter, no one fall, get out with 5 alive, and that's exactly what they do. Spirit just gave themselves a huge opportunity to talk about this round. Let's see what they've come up with. Magix might have been adjusting well to the captaincy, getting Spirit all the way to the semi-final of Krakow, but pressure's even higher now, pressure to perform.
It's always been hard to characterize this team because any team with Donk, you know, can win any single event. Look at a Cologne, for example, right? Not exactly a front runner coming in. Donk just gets them there, even with a new player's way in. And so it's hard to ever write off Spirit. They certainly aren't writing off themselves. Back-to-back grand finals in the Winter Championship, looking for a third.
Molodoi looking for an opener, and he's going to get it. Zontix trying to clear out Palace, learns about that AWP the hard way. Tia now spotted and Fallen. Not the type to go and give you another chance on that jump check.
Yeah, Fallen not making those mistakes, not re-peeking, just blocking, keeping the door shut, keeping the advantage held here for Furia. 5v4, pressure really is put on someone like Magix in a round like this. Halley can't help you. How do you call your team out of this hole? Ooh, it's a little deep. Or is it just enough for Donk to worm through? Molodoi sees the gap. He says, come and take it.
Feels like it's got to be Molodoy's round. Feels like it's got to be his moment. Second shot for Molodoy connects, and now just going through the motions. He's very, very comfortable. All down to Shiro. And Molodoy's had his suspicions about the ramp throughout this entire round. Shiro hoping that he just goes unnoticed, that he can keep this AK in play. Furia really gonna let him get away with it, because the lead's now been conceded. Furia on to double digits. 3 in a row to get here. Back-to-back flawless rounds. At the dawn of this second half, it felt like it was going to be a game decided by money, where both teams were working with less, while Furia are now rolling in cash. And the same cannot be said for Spirit.
Look, it was a hard round anyway, provided by the opening kill, but this smoke lets Spirit down. Don gets done in by his team. Coming through that, Molodoy has a huge gap. Don can't get to bench safely. So punished by misutility again, our Spirit. A slap on the wrist. And maybe a map to be stolen away. Shiro hands Donk the AK.
Position not exactly synonymous with Donk either. He's taken it in towards the palace. Used to seeing this guy roam mid. You've got a bit of a fake out here towards B. Tanir, if he gets a kill there, you're going to start drawing rotates. Instead, you're left hoping that Donk can provide the way, breaking through with a double. And that's why they give him the big guns. That's why he gets the AK. Donk continues moving forward. Reign of Terror brought to a close, but he's done his part in the round. Now it's on to the rest of Spirit to finish what he started. Fallen looking for a way in. Molodoy still floating around close by. If Fallen finds that kill to beckon them in, to call them forward, then Molodoy can play into the round. But nothing's being provided yet, and it won't come for free. You're caught with Util out in the open. And even though Molodoy gets his, this is not a round for him to attempt. Too much time gone. Spirit had 1 gun into this round, and they run back a classic. Donk sets them up for success.
And ice cold from Zontix on the side, doesn't move. He's getting spammed. A bullet can finish this round. He lets Fallen walk in with a smoke out. It's also a big miss for Yuri. That's Donk walking through the palace. Gray screen. Yuri had the drop on him. He's holding from triple. He got body shots. He put Donk low. Low is not enough. Donk goes on with a double kill, and him and Zontix combine for a third. Yuri, having a really poor game, is feeling consequential when you lose a round like that. That's a round that could set Furia up for Mirage. Instead, it is still a conversation.
Something interesting here. Double Orb makes an appearance for Furia this late in the day, this late in the game. Is it the right time to do so, though, as they're getting handed a fast B play? Molodoy has to hit some shots here. B players put a stop to it. Fallen rings out with 1 on the AWP, and in the blink of an eye, it's only Shiro. Round unraveled. Orb's too strong. And Shiro put in a box with nowhere left to run. They know they've got him boxed in, and they know it's only a matter of time. 3 players ready to swing in. They're getting Molodoy set up for the backstab. Shiro has nowhere left to turn. And so it's only a matter of time. A ballsy call for the double orbs. But boy, do they deliver.
Furia.
And they are just not making this easy. They've taken all the space away. There they are. They make it long. They make it painful and slow. That's the death they deal to Spirit.
All that hard work for Spirit to bang their head up against a double orb on a B rush. Disastrous round and disastrous moment to lose it.
Even now, this one's a question, you know, if you want to go for the Donk hero rifle, how much do you believe in him? It's Tanir who has money to drop one over. He's going to have to play gloss everything if he does so. And so it might just be a awkward four-sport round here into the last. And if you don't find success here, it's done. You're all in. You're putting everything on the back of this round. and hoping that once more, Donk can multi-kill your way to a win.
And sure, you know, we don't see Donk get bested much, but when we do, it's often at the hands of the AWP. Think of Paravision at the start of the year, taking down Team Spirit in their debut event with this roster. It was Jane coming in and destroying Donk in the head-to-head. Well, Molodoi has made a very good case on this CT side specifically. He's picked him multiple rounds. He's shut him down on these splits.
Running through this smoke at top mid. And it's the big man offered up first. Donk is out of this round. You've got to do it without him.
And this round is out of Spirit, surely. They've struggled in these 4v5s. They came into this game the second best team in the event in these moments. But with Donk gone, who can provide the hope? Tanir attempts a pick. Yakinda gets a second chance. Spirit just walk it back, but bomb up in apartments, Fallen. 34 years of age, has not been a liability by any means here for Furia. Fighting the connector, Yuri gets out with one. Yakinda can't afford to overplay. This bomb has to go B. There's 30 seconds. This is all noise. Whoa, wait. Hello?
He has made it through the window.
Yuri didn't turn around. Yuri didn't react.
Has the spot. And so no worries, backline dealt with. These orbs just keep chewing through Team Spirit. And again, it's all eyes on Shiro. Left meagerly as the last man in the apartments. Taps one back, but no time left to do anything here. You can get all the kills you want. You're not stopping Furia.
Fallen is a rock in this B site right now. They are not giving Spirit the satisfaction. They are not giving them the fights they want. They are forcing them to execute. Donk is dying in 5v5s, and Spirit aren't able to trade him. Perfect pickup here for K-Serato. That's Donk's first opening death in the game to the 5 kills he has. And still Furia sit 1 round from their map.
On a map they've had their struggles on a map they had to build their confidence up on in real time. You were left wondering, was this a grim mistake? Putting Donk, putting Spirit on Mirage. But they've now got a chance to grab at glory. K-Serato, is he up to reeling this in? Push through the smoke. Donk gets hard cancelled there. And so Spirit were playing with real gusto here. They were playing with real confidence. They found themselves in a 5v3. They've lost the point, man. With it, they lose the confidence. Now they slow things down. Full rotate here as once again, Fallen has outmaneuvered the opponents. All 3 players ready to receive the A-side play. 2 of them AWPs, Molodoi up in Palace. Chance at a free kill, just swing wide and bite down. Zontic's now dead. K-Serato dealt with. It's the 2 AWPs. Fallen provides the first. And it's with his signature gun. At AWP, the red line of Fallen could well be in a museum, an artifact of its own right. Missed shot there, and Molodoi cleaned up too. Spirit braved their way through a round that was rapidly getting away from them, as they now have a swing at overtime on Mirage.
This is a stressful game for Spirit. It's going to take everything from them. It's going to take 24 rounds. It's going to take overtime if they're going to win it. Furia fighting tooth and nail in every position, 3v5 down to a 2v2, but missed shots is all it takes to allow Tanir in. 3 kills and another timeout, the final timeout for Furia in the final round.
And that double AWP that had felt so lucrative, that had found a bunch of success for the Furia squad, well, that's gone. You don't have it to work with. Fallen donning an MP9. That's all the while he sits second on the scoreboard, lagging only behind Molodoi.
Position's a big part of that, right? We see a lot of B hits for Spirit. They've been coming in, they fed him eco kills, but Fallen is just delivered in his position every single time. So yeah, stat pad sometimes, but you can't really complain because he's never let Spirit into B. They've never gotten into a comfortable position there in this half. Molodoi has been the backbreaker. Furia call him in for one more job. Him and Donk rival, 22 kills apiece. Shiro by his side.
There's a real pressure in the air. No one wants to be that first player to fall. Shiro takes a bit of a risk on the cross out into middle.
I want to see Shiro put it all out there in this round. Play for the win.
Oh, Flash is perfect. And Furia actually bring the fight to Spirit. Now they know it's not the B play. All game long, you've been met with these B hits. You had the chance to fake one here. Well, Fallen has uprooted that plan. Leaves you with really only one option. Magics might be going back at the 40-second mark, might be hoping to clear out the apartments, but he's in that battle all alone as his teammates have moved out into the A site.
He's got the bomb on this rotate. Shiro gets out after a kill. He can join up with Magics. There's no way you're ready for this to be a lurk. Spirit barely are. Don't getting whittled down. Yuri chases him from spawn. All in the meantime, Magics is taking space alone. The game relies on the captain of Team Spirit in this site, and Furia don't know.
You would have no reason to suspect this. There is nothing happening in this round to say that the bomb is going down at B. And so now you're out of position. Now you've got to go for this one late. Miss shot for Shiro. He'll make up for it. Queserato throwing into a clutch. And everything feels uneasy. Everything feels awkward. There's a lot of time ticked off this bomb already. Zontic's playing for info. He'll be able to hear these footsteps. They'll know exactly where Queserato is coming from. This one's got overtime written all over it. Tag connects for Queserato, but Time's his real enemy here. Time's the one thing he can't outrun, can't get away from. Spirit bring us into extra time.
How the hell do you have the balls to make that call when you have 5 kills in the map? Ice cold for Magics, his entire team in the A site. He takes that bomb through murky waters and puts it down. Full faith for the new captain of Spirit, highest risk possible.
Yeah, if at times that old Spirit squad felt like they didn't want to take risks for a team that have the sharpest rifler in the world, it always felt like a bit of an oddity. Well, Magics is very much the opposite, as that play demonstrates. You risk the whole game on just outmaneuvering Furia, something you haven't been able to do in this map yet.
They throw Furia's stratbook in their face. That's not a fake, it's a straight up falsehood here for Spirit. Into overtime, and Furia's 2 rounds of regulation that they could have closed this map out and moved on. Gone in the wind. Team Spirit, another try. A pack of rifles in middle, moving towards connector.
Queserato's been solid in this position, but he really does have his work cut out for him. And with Shiro finding an opening onto Yakindar, Stress only picks up here, feels forced to try and make a play. That's the bomb spotted here on the back of Tanir. Molodoi's giving chase. Burning in that Molotov, will it be worth it as he's losing players in the site? Now getting pincered, not easy for Molodoi. High stress, high pressure, and he's not going anywhere. Oh man, Molodoi, the savior of Furia. Bomb now dropped, Molodoi brought to his knees, but surely he's done enough. There's no time for Shiro. That is just mind-blowing. That's why this kid is is so exciting. That's what he can do.
A roller coaster on ramp, jumping around, dodging death inside of the Molotov. A montage for Molodoj. Makes a mockery of Team Spirit. Outpositions Donk like that. Drops the bomb and takes the round here for Furia.
Even just seeing, you know, a play like that, how precise every move, every decision, you're doing it under tremendous pressure, tremendous stress. You're getting split by Team Spirit. You've got Donk, the best rifler in the world, chasing you down. And we said, you know, just how far Molodoj wants to show he's come in the 9 months since these teams last played on LAN. Him rising to his feet, basking in the moment with a heroic play. That shows exactly that.
Oh, double molly. Shiro getting burnt out, has to fight in middle, but there's no punish here for Furia. They've been pretty lax in this mid control, breaking smokes with nades. That's about as far as it gets here on this CT side. Looking to bleed out the round against Team Spirit. Multiple of these coming down to the clock on Furia's defense. Showing patience and composure in these high pressure moments. A litany of flashes here for Magix. Suggests Spirit are gonna have to rotate. Have they done enough in middle right now? Have they caused enough concern? Because Furia have 2B players both looking towards the apartments. Fallen 20 kills in this game, bringing out the AWP once more. It's a big nade.
Always good to see this AWP not collecting dust.
Oh no.
Fallen getting to don it here because we're into the overtimes. Had an AWP highlight last round. Fallen unable to match up to it. Backstab will get denied. Yuri's had a quiet map here. They take their eyes off the cross. They let Yuri get in towards the market. Looking to dance with him here out in the open.
Dangerous.
Don't go giving Yuri fights. Don't go begging to give him a reason to try this clutch.
Keep him cold, honestly. Don't take this engagement. You don't need to. It's going to save nothing. Cross for Magic's contained, and so the round comes through for Spirit. Some ugly whiffs on the short side. Let Donk jump in, and you live to regret it. Sinir finding high value on his lurk as well. Only room for one AWP here.
Boost for Shiro. Molodoj getting aggressive as well. It's an active stance from both AWPs. Itching to get involved. Desperate to force that opening. Spam for Serato denies the boost in top mid.
This is awkward still for Molodoj because he's going to have to move away eventually, and Tanir doesn't look like he wants to check this out just yet. Jump across, and there's a Molodoj announcement.
Now they know about the AWP. Tanir, what's your next move?
All right, Molodoj does look prepared for it. They've flushed Tanir out of this position before. This boost is perfection.
His Magic's ready for it, goes for the check. Yakindar still good for it, and there's Molodoj ready for that swing.
He's still there.
IV3, great spot to win out the half. But you look at who's still alive. Donk, Shiro, two commanding names for the opposition. Serato catches a tag in that mid-fight, lives to tell the tale only for a moment. It's Donk powering through, caught by flashes. Yakindar will find him, cover in, and there's Yakindar lining them up, knocking them down, seeing Furia through to a winning half.
All 5 kills from the imports of Furia to keep overtime in their favor. They've been leading this game every single step of the way. It's Spirit continually playing catch up. They did so on their CT side back in regulation. 6-2 down, evened out the half. There is no room for slow starts now. Spirit still facing a favored Furia. Team getting flash ramp here. Watch out.
Looking to make a move. Furia weren't committed, so nothing from it. Everyone's playing a little slower here in OT.
Oh, Furia have mid so quick though. I know they're doing it silently, but silent doesn't mean they are late.
Oh, nades pulled!
Off guard!
Not something you're used to seeing, but Don caught with nades in his hand. And you'd like to think, you tell yourself now, there's no better opener, there's no better man to have removed as the first in this all-important round, the chance at map point. Backstab for Tania as the aggression continues out towards A. That's turned this advantage back into a 4v4. Now trying to move in through the connector. You go right in to the other beast of Spirit. Shiro waiting to receive it to turn around from Molidoy. Do they reconsider? A way out has opened up. You've dealt with a B player. Are you going to risk this on a jungle rotate? Got to get past Magic's guard to survive, and they get cut down crossing. Fallen's up for the task. And again, Fallen left in one of these key rounds alongside this time Queserato. Shiro might be known for clutches, but this is a tricky one indeed as he's sandwiched between both Furia players.
Pick your poison.
No easy route to this 1v2, but then again, there never is. Time's quickly getting away from Shiro. You only have so long to be diligent. You only have so long to clear everything. And if you miss Fallen, if you miss him in this position, there's no win in this round. With the clear not coming, oh, he's nailed it! But Queserato set up to play around this bomb, and he's not gonna give you a second chance. Cool, calm, collected, and Shiro shut down. As he's finally stopped in one of these clutches. Furia arrive at map point.
This is one of the most chaotic games, a match we've been waiting for months. A head-to-head that has avoided us time and time again. We get it on the biggest stage in the semi-final, and Furia, once again, a third chance to close it. Their map for the taking. Two more opportunities. Magix is getting desperate as well. Fallen had the AWP on this B site many times. Magix does the same. Two captains pairing off on second AWPs. Molidoy v Donk, yet again, and a miss on the flick.
They sent AWPs out there to either side of the map to roam, to go looking. Magix also has a second AWP. Safe to say, you know which captain holds the edge in regard to wielding the big green.
And they both call it off. Neither captain wants this round to be decided by them. Let your stars shine bright. Furia execute. Tania under balcony. Zontix in position to support. And Donk is never far from the action. 40 seconds, this is the commitment.
Donk on the spam, leaves the chance there, does a bit of chip damage, but the opening kill goes the way of Yuri. And now you're feeling emboldened. Util forces Zontix into a very tricky position. And Spirit, this is rapidly getting away from them. They need a hero, they need it now. Bomb planted, low health on a couple of guys here for Furia, but time to get comfortable, time to get set up. Caught one on the swing, and Shiro out in the open is Fallen. Looks to drive this one home. And now they know where Magix is. These AWPs are lusting. They are homed in on his position. And as you go wide, you go to your death. The double AWP of Furia cuts the head of Spirit clean off. The Dragon has been defeated.